Fallout 3 introduced a set of armor that became the face of the pre-war military. Combat armor can be found widely throughout the capital wasteland in a variety of colors and styles. The armor returned in the critically acclaimed sequel, Fallout New Vegas. It was never the most popular armor, no, that honor would go to the NCR Ranger armor. It is, however, still iconic. It embodies the pre-war military. It was the armor of Operation Anchorage, the armor of pre-war America, and soon, the armor of Fallout 4's gunners. The last time we saw the classic combat armor, there were a few problems with it. There was a few clipping issues, some of the colors were a bit strange, there was no female variant of the armor, and the biggest complaint, there was no matching helmet to go with it. All small issues that have pretty easy fixes. Unfortunately, we also changed how we are doing our armors in Fallout New Austin. Because the classic combat armor was being made for that project, we had to make some necessary changes while implementing it into the game. This is ultimately why it took as long as it did to update. But before we go over the various changes in this update, let's talk about the armor itself. This armor follows the Fallout 4 convention of having individual parts for legs, arms, torso, and a head. Each part has a 10 armor rating other than the torso, which has 18, as well as having the same energy resistance. Wearing the entire set, you'll have an armor rating of 68, as well as having 68 energy resistance. This sounds like a lot, but without having any upgrades to the damage resistance, this is fairly middle of the road to slightly underpowered. We also made sure to have two different types of helmets. With the normal combat helmet, colored to match the armor, there is also a masked version, inspired by the variants found in Operation Anchorage. Along with the standard military green that it comes in, there are 9 paint jobs total. Along with the standard army, there is also green camo, a metallic green, full black, Arctic, white camo, and 3 faction colors being the NCR, Legion, and Whataberg from Fallout New Austin. Of course, just like all of the Fallout New Austin assets, customization is very important with this armor. To give as much customization as we can, we are trying a new method to increase the amount of attachments that can go with the armors. With what's currently available, it's more of a proof of concept, giving you 4 different armor attachments for the upper and lower back, giving 16 different variants to the armor. For the upper back, we have a backpack, a duffel bag, a medical bag, and a tech bag. For the lower back, we have a bedroll, duffel bag, extra bags, and a fuel canister, each giving a different boost to various stats where it makes sense. These are just possible options that will be worked out more in the next update. Speaking of which, now that we have covered where the mod is today, let's talk about its future. There are still some small clipping issues that will need another pass, and maybe adjustments to the overall model for quality, as well as getting the poly count down a bit. Along with that, we are also not super happy with some of the paint jobs, especially the Legion one. It was a decent idea, but the materials in Fallout 4 are a bit annoying to work with to get the look that we are wanting. Thankfully, we are already working on the next version of this one. Along with this, we are working on Medic variant, along with other faction variants such as the Brotherhood of Steel, Minutemen, Institute, Enclave, and others. We wanted to make sure that you could show off your alliance no matter what flags you fly. Along with various faction colors, we are also adding a handful of purely aesthetic paint jobs, things like Nuka Cola, Vaporwave, Lunar, and so on. Just some fun variants that will make the armor different, but not those tied to a role or faction. Along with simple paint jobs, we are also making individual attachments inspired by each of the paint jobs to go with them. These will add even greater variety along with being part of the Fallout New Austin's disguise system. When having specific armor attachments, you take on the role of that faction. We are working on a way to have this work in the base Fallout 4 as well. If you look like a gunner, you'll be treated like a gunner, and the same with other factions. Those are the current plans for this armor set, but we are currently looking for new ideas to implement, so if you have any suggestions, please let us know. We are always happy to hear from you. If you are wanting to grab this armor mod, the Nexus as well as an Xbox link will be in the description below. To find it in-game, you will find it in shops as well as on gunners. That's all that we have today though. Thank you so much for watching. For future updates and other mods, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And bye bye!